Hello, I'm Aisha and I'm going to present my study on impact of COVID-19 on students' emotional engagement. The study has been conducted at University of Sydney. First question is it really worth researching emotions? The answer is yes. It helps broaden the participation in physics and makes it more inclusive. Second question is, how does emotional engagement help? Students' emotional engagement influence their learning, motivation, and in continued interest in the subject. The third question is, where is space for emotions in physics? Martin and Brewer have reported that physics texts at all the levels are largely contextless, that overwhelms students with a highly rational portrayal of science. So somewhere in the context, we can increase students' engagement by adding something that's more than just rational. So to measure students' emotional engagement, we have adapted Achievement Emotion Questionnaire, AEQ, developed by Pekroon and others in physics context. We investigate 6 emotions: pride, enjoyment, anger, anxiety, hopelessness, and boredom using this tool. Here is the example of item for each of the emotion. Total of 25 items were included in the survey. Our previous work using this survey tool is AEQ Physics, which is for physics lectures, and it is accepted at XME as a peer-reviewed paper. AEQ Physics Prac, which is for physics labs, is validated and shown its utility by detecting higher emotional engagement for intervention with a colorful historical story. Following our previous work, the hypotheses for this study are: first, that face-to-face labs will have a better emotional engagement than online COVID labs, and second, that colorful historical stories will improve emotional engagement of students. So the first part of our research was to develop the stories and then put them on the first page of the lab notes. So stories were created for different topics. Then students were surveyed with AEQ Physics Prac at the end of their lab session, and the data gathered was analyzed in SPSS software. The sample was 3 years consecutively students surveyed for 2018, 2019, and 2020, and the cohorts are divided here according to different variables. Like the face-to-face labs had suddenly needed to go to online mode due to the COVID scenario. We surveyed students for 3 practicals for online mode and 4 practicals for face-to-face 2019 and 1 practical for 2018. Then there were other variables like familiarity to the topic, development of the practical, and the introduction context, which was the historical story. Either it was given to the practical or not. Our research aim 1 was to compare the emotional engagement for the mode variable, which was 2020 cohort, which was online due to COVID, versus the 2018 and 2019 cohorts, which were face-to-face. So looking at the results, the positive emotion seemed to be higher and the negative emotion seems to be lower for the face-to-face labs. In particular, enjoyment and anxiety were seen to be supporting the face-to-face labs significantly. The enjoyment seems to be higher and anxiety seems to be significantly lower for the face-to-face labs. Clearly, the students enjoy university life on campus more, but as we know, it's the time to stay calm and stay home. Research aim 2 for our study was to compare emotional engagement for the introduction context variable, which was story versus no story. We have done it for 2 cases where other variables were not controlled and then the other variables were controlled. For case 1 results, where the other variables were not controlled, the stories are seen to be working better for students' emotional engagement. Here, enjoyment is seen to be higher and the negative emotions are seen to be lower for the story variable. In case 2, again the enjoyment is seen to be higher and the negative emotions are seen to be lower for the story variable, where all other variables were controlled. But there is a twist in the story. No significant difference was found between the emotions in both the cases. Does that mean storytelling is not working? I think we should dig deeper and see what's actually happening here. If we look at the face-to-face labs, 2018 and 19, students were surveyed for semester 1 for both of them. Thermal and ultrasound, one practical each for 2018. Students were surveyed at the end because both the practicals were running in parallel. Whereas mechanics and waves, 4 practical each, and students were surveyed for mechanics first and then for waves. Here, the variables show a trend. If we look at the 2018 cohort emotion comparison, the thermal practical seems to be working better. The positive emotions are higher and negative are lower for the thermal practical except for anxiety. Here, 3 variables are involved. Students are more familiar with the thermal practical. It was a developed practical, and there was an introduction context given to the thermal practical. If we look at the 2019 cohort emotion comparison, the mechanics seem to be working better. Here again, there are 3 variables involved. Students are more familiar to the topic of mechanics practicals. It was a developed practical series, but there was no introduction context given to the practicals. So thank goodness, story still works, but here there are different variables in the picture which are impactful. So if we look at the meaning of those variables, what do we mean by the development variable? So for face-to-face labs, collecting digital real-time data, recording the qualitative data, changing the structure of the instructional notes was considered towards the development of the practical. For the online COVID-19 labs, reducing the number of hours and the instructional notes pages, creating the videos and providing data for the practicals as students could not come on campus and do the practicals. The synchronous sessions online with the demonstrators. These things were considered as the development. What do we mean by familiarity variable? We just mean that students are generally more familiar to the topics of launching a projectile or watching the temperature of an object change over time compared to the complex instruments like digital oscilloscope. Conclusions of our studies are that face-to-face labs seem to be working better than the online COVID labs for students' emotional engagement. The colorful historical stories show a positive trend, but being a naturalistic study, there were other impactful variables like development and familiarity. So for our future work, to clearly see the effects of the stories, we need to account for differences between the experiments on their level of development and students' familiarity to the material. I would really like to acknowledge my supervisor, co-supervisor, Alex Samarian and his team of first year physics laboratory, the physics tutors and the students who helped with the study, perfect group and super research groups. Thanks a lot. Please connect with me to know more about my research or to give any inputs. Thank you.